Hey everybody, welcome to TFT, Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with
Oberon.
me, Banshee. Welcome to Happy Hour, the afternoon edition.
Yes, you took the words out of my mouth.
Did I?
Literally.
Oh, okay. Well, Happy Hour, the noon edition, afternoon edition, because Mr. O had to work, so we rearranged the old schedule, and here we are. I won't mention the computer glitches I've been having.
All right.
Because Mercury's direct now. This shouldn't be happening. Right? Right?
Oh, well.
I have to refill my material matter show. The entire thing, even though it looked like it was recording, will not show. And we can't get it to work. So apparently the film glitched, and I don't know why. So...
All right, so thank you everyone for coming to Happy Hour, and we're going to do a reading for the collective, and then we'll get to the happy messages.
And it is from?
The Good Tarot.
I shuffle.
By Colette Baron Reed. Oh, that table feels like it's shaking a little bit.
It's going to, because I ruffled the cards on the table. That's what I do. Nothing's different. All right. Where go you, Mr. O? There. Oh. Strength.
It's
like
strength.
that.
Major Arcana 8.
Yeah, and I think for the Major Arcana, she usually gives affirmation kind of things, or speaks like the card, maybe, I think. Yes. Okay. Strength is about endurance. I can go the distance and know that everything occurs in divine, appropriate timing. I have courage as I manifest miracles. When I allow Spirit to work through me, I am strong enough to move mountains and overcome any obstacle, inside or out. I really like that. So, you can go the distance. Give yourself credit. Give yourself credit and try. You can go the distance. You can persevere through whatever it is you're going through. Don't give up on yourself. You have the inner strength. You have it absolutely, and you are strong enough to move mountains and overcome any obstacles, whether they are within you or without.
And there's sort of like the contradiction or sort of like ironic thing about strength, that there are two aspects to it, that strength can in fact just somebody who or something that just sort of barrels along and forces things to happen the way they want. It's not necessarily bad, but it was really about exerting pressure of some sort, whether physical or otherwise. But the real meaning, the better meaning of strength is, of course, being able to use your emotional intelligence. I like that.
I like that.
To affect those changes or support those situations you're trying to.
Need that card. Nice, Mr. O. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, that's what we have for the collective. Let's go ahead and do some happy messages.
All right.
All right. Oh, and hey, it's a week away now. It's a week away. It's my birthday.
Yay.
Aries season is coming to an end, and that means it's my birthday, right at the end of Aries.
Happy birthday.
Exciting times. 1 week,
Yes.
1 week more of hearing from me about my birthday. You'll probably hear it on my Material Matter show when I refilm it too.
All right, who shuffles first?
You do.
All right,
Because
thank
I
you.
did the card for the collective, and you are shuffling for Lena. Hi, Lena. Oh, I'm going to have my cake and I'm going to eat it too. Rest assured, Shirley. Thank you. Thank you, Ladybug. I celebrate all Aries season, even if it's in my head. I feel good about it. I feel good every time that, spring comes and the zodiac turns to my sign.
Hey, Libra.
Libra, I got a package from you today. Wow, speaking of which, I got a couple of birthday gifts in the mail today. They came at the same time. I got something from Libra. I got something from Fiber Magic. And so I will be showing those later. Oh my gosh, it's just been a crazy day today.
Hi, Nada.
Oh, hi, Nada.
We're not answering direct questions. This is the happy hour, so we're just going to pull a card. We'll keep it in mind. If anything sort of indicates that answer, we can give it to you. But happy hour is just really a one-card message for positivity.
And Libra came right before.
Thank you, everybody, for your happy birthday greetings. So, Shirley wants to know what kind of cake.
Oh, geez, Shirley. I usually go for something chocolatey now, I also have kind of deviated a little bit. It's still chocolatey. I sometimes will get a tiramisu. I sometimes will get a chocolate mousse cake. I sometimes will get a red velvet cake. So I'm not sure yet. I haven't totally decided. But we have some pretty good bakeries around us here, and even some of our bigger markets, they have some pretty good baked some cakes and stuff. So,
all right, Lena, this one's for you, and it's happy hour, but we have pulled the Tower, and so we always will try to give it the best positive kind of message that it can have.
Well, I think when the Tower is upright, Lena, what it's saying is, it's kind of funny, sometimes you've heard this, I don't know if you've heard this old saying, but there's this saying, what goes up must come down, and that's kind of the message of the Tower when things maybe have gone awry. But what goes down in this case, can rise again, because if something goes wrong this week, just know that there is something in that episode that you need to take in and learn. It's happening for a reason. So if something goes wrong, it's happening for a reason, and you will be able to pick up the pieces and move on if you really take a look at what happened and and think of ways to ensure that it can't happen again.
A lot of times our lives have these situations. They're not all of them, but there are certain situations where we have to break down something that has been maybe around for a long time, and maybe it's a routine we have.
I like that.
Maybe it's some sort of procedure or some sort of thing that we have a routine, regular mind about it, but it comes to the point where it's not really serving us well anymore, and we may have to break it down and rebuild it from its more basic components. But even within that idea there of dismantling something, there may be a takeaway from that, such as, better ideas about what you can do to spiral forward. So this could be that opportunity.
Sometimes when things, like I said, I like what he said there, actually. I really like what he said, because what needs to be rebuilt or what needs to maybe be brought down could be things inside of you. Because when you think about, too, the strength card that we just had for the collective, Lena, it was talking about, having the ability to persevere, whether the things you are facing are inside of you or outside of you. And so it could be something like a habit or something you've always done, but you're not getting good results anymore. And so is it time to let it go? Is it time to move on? And with that is the happiness that comes from realizing I can do better and I will do better. Right?
All right, Lena.
Good luck with that.
Have a good one.
Have a good one.
A good one,
oh,
indeed. And so Andrea's next.
Hi,
Hey.
Andrea. Good to see you.
Yeah, I hear you, Shirley. I wouldn't mind some chocolate cake, but you know what? Mr. O has slacked a little lately, and he noticed that the scale showed an extra 2 pounds or so.
Oh, my goodness.
Today.
Where?
No, when you're this skinny, it does show.
Where?
You know that.
I don't know where.
Okay, I'm not that skinny. I'm really not. Hi, Kara.
He can't keep pants on his butt, okay? He's
That's because
skinny.
she's always trying to pull them off.
He's skinny.
She's always doing it. I'm going to pants you.
He's skinny as a rail. Don't let him fool
skinny.
you.
I'm not
Hi,
skinny.
Kara. We knew you'd make it.
It's really different for men and women. I will have to admit, I'm being a little facetious, but I can lose weight almost by thinking about it. And it's sort of disgusting in a way.
Yes. It is.
I am not skinny. I am not skinny. I
Oh,
am not
my
skinny.
gosh. You're funny. All right.
When I was a kid, I was skinny. Up until high school age, I was skinny. And then I filled out.
Seriously, he's got... he often says my perception is wrong. I think he's got a very wrong perception about his body size because he is
Here's what
skinny.
the problem is. I'm 70 years old and I still don't know how to buy a decent pair of pants that really fits my body. So I'm always buying things that are too large in the waist or too small. And so I'm ending up just wardrobe malfunction.
Anyway,
Andrea.
is this one of the weeks we're going to get happy challenging cards? We got the 5 of cups here.
Ooh.
So, with the 5 of cups, I kind of like this for a lot of different reasons, this portrayal of this card. And I'm always seeing and looking at something different with this. And particularly on happy hour, where I want the message to be positive, and I sense it here. I never looked at it quite this way before, but when I'm looking at this spiral that I see going on here, and, this stuff that seems to be coming from her, or this from her and going down, is that the sorrows or disappointment or the sadness now being released and grounded into the earth? I think yes.
I love the deck because it always does make something that maybe tarot says this is a more serious topic. It doesn't make it unserious, but it makes you relate to it better emotionally. Mm-hmm. It makes you understand it in a way. And so this card too says we all have things in our lives that maybe we outgrow them, but we still kind of want to remember them. And so maybe we put them away in a sense, by deeming them out of our lives, but a part of it still does remain. And this is maybe saying sometimes things that go away will come back. It's really like saying what is remembered lives. And so even for things that truly have passed away from your life, if you can remember it, you can bring it back.
Well, I didn't quite finish what I wanted to say. I thought he was going to comment on my comment just to say, oh, I see that. But that's okay, because I just wanted to add to what I was saying previously, Andrea, that, I feel here that this week is a time to let go of things that still may have some hurt or some pain attached. This is a time to free yourself. The universe and spirit is giving you the opportunity to release something from you. And when I see that image, I brought to mind my favorite ritual, and that is, every time I'm in the shower, releasing what really I don't no longer need to carry on me. What baggage I have, be it sorrow, be it something else, be it anxieties, be it fear, I watch it go down the drain, so to speak. So consider that this week. Do something even a little bit more final and ritualistic about it. If you've got something to release and let go of, you are going to feel so much lighter after.
Well, the other part of this too for me, Andrea, is there is that sense maybe of something recycling, that maybe this could be saying that what you feel has left you is really going to try to reinvent or recover itself in a way too. And you get that with the image a little bit, the idea that, she's still safeguarding it. She's giving it space for regrowth or reaffirmation.
So that's what we have for you. Good
All right.
luck with that.
And hey, Shazzy, I see you there already. And Shirley, I knew that's what you were talking about. So, yeah, we are on the same wavelength.
Oh, I didn't see Shazzy. Hi, Shazzy.
Yep. Good morning. As you say, it's always morning somewhere in the world. For us, it's actually late afternoon or moving towards late afternoon.
All right.
All right. So I'm now on Ladybug. So Ladybug, happy hour. Happy to you.
Did I get rid of Ladybug?
Oh, wait, I'm sorry.
Well,
Shirley's
Shirley.
Next. Shirley's next. Sorry.
You had me checking myself there.
That's right. You're in Australia. Well, like our friend used to say, it's always morning somewhere.
I would have loved to visit Australia. I'm not much of a flyer, though, I get really anxious and a lot of anxiety. I had to do some flying around the country for my job sometimes, and it never was a good experience for me. I was just always very stressed out. And as much as I tried to get my doctor to give me something for the anxiety of those trips, they wouldn't even do that. Anyway.
Shirley, you have the Knight of Wands. Speak of walking around, get on your Prancer size outfit.
Hey,
do you remember that silly video from a few years?
Join Kara in the workout.
But I like the image there. I like the idea of the horse in the background and her smiling at the horse. It sort of is an inspiration, to be active and to put a lot of your energy into also your persona. So the Knight of Wands is a person who affects charm, nobility, a strength of character, and ready to be helpful, ready to feel confident. I know our friend is here. What's he doing?
Yeah, what is he doing? He ate something he shouldn't.
Sonny. Well, you're closer than I am.
Well, it's gone. He's just the aftermath. I got to see what he's doing, though. You're right. Excuse me a moment.
I know, it was kind of funny that the horse shows up there, but...
What are you doing? Were you eating that bag? Plastic. I know. Here's the troublemaker. You might be able to see his tail in a minute.
We're going to have more than a wardrobe malfunction, I have a feeling.
No, he's going to behave. See that tail by my side? That's Sonny.
I also like the image of the drumming too, because drumming is a way to raise energy, and that's really what the Knight of Wands is about, is raising positive energy. So the Knight could be also saying you are moving towards something that is, energetically a dream of yours. And of course, I know you have several dreams. So this could be a sign that maybe there is progress being made in that area.
Yes, we know you love horses and you work with horses, and so that's really interesting that came up for you today. Maybe there's going to be some happy news coming your way regarding work, regarding that business. It looks as though too that that, horses are about movement. Something is moving forward in your life this week. And it's going to make you feel excited and happy, whatever it is. Whether it has to do with a relationship, whether it has to do with business, it's a positive sign. It's a positive sign of movement. Knights are on the move, right? They're out in battle, or they're defending things, or they're riding towards battle. So the thing is, there is movement. Oh, nice.
Good
Yeah,
deal.
I think we did say slow, didn't we? We sort of did say that there would be some progress. So good to hear that. And I
Hope it
think
keeps
this
up.
is a sign, that may continue. So good luck with that. All right. So we are on
Now we're on
Ladybug now.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you too.
I want to remind everybody who is still here that there will be no happy hour on my birthday, but not because I'm partying. I'm reading cards live with him at a shop. So we have to cancel happy hour next week, and we'll be back probably at our regular time the week following.
That's right.
Okay. All right. Is it my shuffle or yours?
You're welcome.
Yeah, it's my shuffle.
It's your shuffle.
Yep.
Yeah, I have the next couple of Saturdays off after this, so
Cool.
I believe there will be no rescheduling of happy hour.
Awesome. Other than next week.
Oh, that sounds nice, Kara. I have ridden a horse a couple times in my life, but it was many ages ago. Gosh, I was so young. 19 or 20.
Oh, well, look what we've got again, but this time in happy hour itself. It is the strength card for you, Ladybug. Nice card to get. I think this week, this is a week that will be very, very, you'll feel very secure
Thank you.
in yourself. So much so that it's almost as if you feel like things will be happening effortlessly. You really don't have to put much. You don't have to push any agendas. You don't have to push anything forward. You just have to make slow and steady moves and progress. So everything is going to flow pretty smoothly in this week ahead. And I just feel too that you'll be really happy with the way you feel. You're going to feel more alert, awake, energized. I think strength, even in whether it's upright or reversed, there's a lot of energy here, good health vibes, that sort of thing too.
I always love this card. This card is a wonderful card. It is sort of synthesizes the idea of the two aspects, that there is a physical strength, and sometimes that strength is truly called for too. It may not express itself in being physically strong so much as just being physically loyal and commanding of spirit. But there's a softer side. There's a sort of a sense of an emotional intelligence. We like that word lately. A feeling of that, sometimes compassion and understanding are what is best able to affect positive changes. And so sometimes when we have problems, or we just want to be benevolently influential or helpful to our fellow human being, try a little kindness. I think that's the message.
I just lost the list. There it is. All right. And I love miniature horses too. I mean, I just when I see them, they're beautiful, really adorable. I think that's what I have. I like the fact too, the way that she looks dual. Like she has both her aggressive side and her what would you call it? I don't want to say non-aggressive side, but more relaxed, calm side in balance. There's a balance here. So you sort of know when you have to apply pressure this week and when you don't. But frankly, I just think this is going to be one of those no pressure weeks for you. So be happy about that. Good luck with that, Ladybug.
All right, and you're welcome too. All right, so it's my shuffling again.
Yes, it is.
And I think we're
Libra.
on Libra. Hey, Libra.
Oh, Giovanni. Ah. Do you know, Shirley, there is a, and I'm going to get it. I'm just going to get it because it is kind of unique. There's going to be a all horse themed tarot deck that's coming out May 1st.
Hey, why not?
That Llewellyn's putting out. I can't remember if it's the Spirit of the Horse Tarot or what it's called. It might be that. But it's coming out by Llewellyn, and its publication date this year. There may be somebody else who put out a previous horse tarot or horse oracle. I think this is by different artists and creators, so should be interesting.
So, Libra, thank you once again for your package. And here's your happy hour card.
Mm-hmm.
It is, oh my goodness, it's the Six of Pentacles.
Nice.
And it's the idea of what you just
Aww.
did. What goes around comes around. You know, you feel good about giving something to someone, and someone feels good about giving to you.
About receiving it.
Well, that too. You know, the Banshee, right? Aries, that she is. But this card really talks about the spirit of selflessness and the idea that maybe, hi Maritha, hi Preeti.
Paisley. Hi, Paisley.
Paisley. Whoops, I'm sorry. The eyes are bad. Did not mean to offend. It's happy hour.
It's happy hour because we're late today. Mr. O had to work.
But Libra, it really is a good karma kind of card. It is a sense of saying, you know, everybody does their part and everybody else reciprocates in part too.
Yeah. Well, and, you know, I know we talk about the give and you'll receive, but I have to say that this could really be indicative of what just happened because, of course, I opened it. And I got to say, Libra, that, you know, it seems like your family has, that family member had a lot of, how do I want to say this? Similarities in tastes to my favorite aunt. Who I also inherited a lot of stuff from. So I really appreciate that. I value it. And I'm going to do a special little, I hope you're here listening to this, Libra, but...
Or you'll hear it.
I'm going to do a special candle lighting and thanking, you know, your ancestor for this. Because I believe that's really important to do too. So thank you so much. I will treasure it all. And so that's my point, is like you give, but you may not necessarily right away anyway. Well, you may not necessarily get something physical back. What you're getting is, what you're seeing here, though, is the open arm of reception. There's the giving and the reception. Now, I know it says it comes back to you, but I think in this case, you're just going to have good vibes this week, sister. You not just because you gave to me, I mean, no, you know, but I mean, I think it's good vibes all around. That's what it does. That's what it does when we give to somebody selflessly or because we care. And so I'm just going to leave it at that.
All right.
Yeah.
So thank you so much once again. And hey, Paisley, thank you too. Marita, thank you. Good to see you too.
All right.
That's your shuffle. So you guys are on the list. Marita came in first, Paisley right after.
Right, but there's no questions today, Marita. Just, yeah, keep that in mind.
They're not asking.
She asked me I post. Can I?
Oh, I see.
Oh, is it can I be added? Oh, okay, I read it wrong. Whoops.
You did. So on with the show. We are on Nada.
Russ made it.
Hey, Russ. Welcome
This is
to
happy hour, Russ. No questions today. You just get a positive message from us. No fuss, no muss. For Russ. And everybody else. So we're on Nada?
Nada, right.
Is that yours?
No, it's yours.
Again?
I think so.
Okay.
I think I did the last one.
Yeah, you're right. You did. Oops. Why do I keep doing that?
Who knows?
I don't know. My computer is really giving me grief. And now I can't get the screen back. Why?
Do you want me just to do it then?
No. There we go. Sorry about that. I wasn't apologizing to you.
I know.
All right. Nada, you've got the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is here. Wow, this is a week where there's just going to be a lot of mentally stimulating activity. You know, you're going to be really engaged with others in some way. Maybe you'll be learning, something new. Maybe you'll just be, having a lot of interesting conversations with people. Maybe, too, this is a week where somebody may ask you for some advice and you'll be happy to give it. It seems as though you're in a good position to lend some help or support to others at this time.
You have a message there. And Nana, I think the Queen of Swords, I see it maybe a little bit differently because I sort of see that that presence being more about being secure in the judgments you make because nobody else really bears that weight on your shoulder. And so there's a sense of being fair about it, but there's also a sense really of saying you have to do this no matter what, and you're willing, to accept whatever consequences come, but you don't really feel there are going to be any. The judgments or decisions you have to make not really are in a sense approved.
The good news is this week, and the happy news to me is that your head is your ally this week. You can trust your judgment this week. It's going to be on target, and you're bound to make the right moves. So with that in mind, have a good week ahead. Good luck with that, Nada. And
right.
Paisley, I was going to answer, but since it involves more than just me, I thought I'd ask Mr. O2. I have no problem with that. I'm a firm believer if somebody wants to include me in prayers, for my greater good. Who am I to say no? I would not say no.
That's for me. I'll say no.
Whether it's meditation, prayer.
No, I'm kidding.
Non-needle sticking in a voodoo doll kind of thing. If you don't do that, then I think I'm good with everything.
Thank you, Nada. It sort of represents the idea, too, I guess, of clear-headed thinking in your decisions for this week ahead. That if there's anything you've been thinking, like, how am I going to make this decision, or feeling secure in how you make your choices. All right.
So I appreciate that. And
thank you, Paisley.
Thank you, Paisley.
That would be great.
That would be great. All right. I hope I've been on your mind for good reasons, though, really. So I've been feeling pretty good these last week or so. I have to admit, though, now that you mentioned I was on your mind, just to let you know, I had my own little dizzy spell yesterday. That was the only fluke out of everything going on, and but I've been fine today. I think I was just overtired, though, to be honest with you. But anyway, is it my shuffle again?
It is. For Kara.
For Kara! All right.
Hi, Kara.
I had an interesting vision yesterday, too, and I laid down to rest.
Oh, was that when I had that little jump? I occasionally had that restless foot syndrome, and my leg kind of shakes.
He woke me out of it. Doggone it.
It was just a little nap, and I actually had this dream that I was walking past some bum in the road who reached over and grabbed my foot, and that's what gave me the shock.
And me, I was about to have a mystical experience of some sort. I was in this, it was like really kind of a foggy scene, but I was either in a cave or a cavern of some sort. It was dimly lit. And on this like table were some old dusty books. And then, for some reason, part of the vision, I saw an A and a B at the kind of just floating in the air, I guess, But and then of course he woke me out of it right at that point, and I have no idea where that would have taken me. Thanks, Mr. O. Hey, it happens. If it wasn't him, it could have been a cat. I fight in my dreams sometimes. Well, I don't know if I have done that, but I mean, fighting others, yes. I remember the one time I was trying to fight off a bear, and actually I did. Long story with that dream. That might actually be out there in one of my soul story videos. We got a repeat card for Kara. Bang that drum, Kara. Bang it. It's the Knight of Wands. And, as we mentioned with, I think it was Shirley, this is a card of movement, of maybe getting moving on a project or goal of some sort, perhaps. Doing something, hey, maybe it's the exercise. Gosh, why am I not surprised you got this card, since you were talking about doing exercise, and just getting done with that program. So, this is good for you. I almost think it's validation for you, actually. So, you should keep banging that drum. You should keep pursuing, movement and exercise, because it's so critical to good health, especially, as we're getting older. I end up looking up in the past, I looked up a lot of articles on Alzheimer's disease, because of my mom and other family members that have it. And occasionally I look at therapies because, of course, we had a lot of cases in my mother's family. But the bottom line is that I keep getting pummeled with articles about Alzheimer's disease. And all of them say the importance of movement and exercise in keeping your brain healthy. So by all means, I think you should stay on this path.
I like the embodiment of energy that's in this card. I just sort of feel that, all of the nights are about movement, more or less, to some degree, moving towards love, moving towards, enlightenment or whatever. And this one is just sort of like just moving with the energy.
I like that.
So there's so much energy with this card. It really maybe indicates to the sense of confidence you can embody if you are moving into projects or activities that you want to, really put your heart into. There's a sense of really passion in this card too, even though it's not necessarily like the cups. It just has a passion. And of course, wands cover the friendship zone too. So there you have it.
The song comes to mind. I don't want to work. I just want to bang on the drum all day.
Yes, I do. I like that song.
So bang on that drum. And you know what? Put a little horsepower into that exercise program of yours, Kara. Good luck with that.
Alrighty. And we are on Shazzy then. Hey, Shazzy.
Hey, Shazzy.
From the other side of the world. It's by Todd Rundgren. I don't know if it's Todd Rundgren with his group Utopia.
It is rare that I sing.
I think it's been covered by a couple of other performers.
And Mr. O tries to stop me when I start.
Don't stop me now. I'm having such a good time.
Okay. Stop in the name of love before you break my heart.
There's a couple altars there. Think it over. All right, Shazzy.
Nice.
Look into my eyes. They're both open and closed at the same time. The High Priestess is, thank you, bless you too, The high priestess is about knowing things, and the high priestess is about knowing things that maybe you should know but you don't always remember, and so sometimes you need to take a little dive inward, get in touch with some root part of yourself to feel that. This could say that right now this is a time for you to really consider understanding the hidden properties of certain things that are going on, to understand if there's either wisdom or things you need to be aware of.
Eyes open, eyes shut. But basically, I was having a conversation on one of the social media with somebody about this High Priestess card. They were going to check it out, but because the eyes shut means not seeing just the surface of things, to see beneath that, to see beyond that, to not just use your eyes to see, perhaps, using your other senses to see things more clearly. And so I think that's what the embodiment of this High Priestess card is. And I have to say, Shazzy, this is a time your intuition, you can trust it. You let it guide you. Let it guide you in the week ahead. And you might, be very happy, with the results.
So, we keep saying it. I love what everybody's saying in the chat room. Well, almost everybody.
Oh.
No, I'm teasing. But we should have a tarot karaoke.
We keep talking.
Everybody could sing.
We really do got to just have some fun. But I do think I don't know that it will be on YouTube, obviously.
Right, we'd have to do a Zoom of some sort.
I think we'll have to, have different kinds of Zoom sessions
or
to
something.
Do it.
Right.
And, or Google Meeting. Right. I get a little bit more time allotted to me on Google Meeting than I do on Zoom. So unless I pay for the subscription, which I don't want to do right now. But we're thinking about it. We are definitely thinking about it. Karaoke and some other fun things. So
karaoke. I like
Stay
that.
tuned. Stay tuned. But I would just say, Shazzy, your intuition is going to be strong. You can trust it.
And
Pay
necessary.
attention to any dreams or signs and synchronicities that you may get in this week. Good luck with that.
Yeah, it would be a lot of fun. All right, so we are now on Marita. Hey, Marita. Happy hour for you. And she pastes the updated list.
There we are. And did I pull that?
No, I did.
You did.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, you are pulling the good cards today, Mr. O. Shocker.
And of course, at the end, we read the card for each of us, and then we do a namaste blessing for all. So we like it if you manage to stay for that.
I keep looking up there because I'm looking at my Mars statue.
Oh,
I think I'm going to have to bring him out for
Mars?
The last week of my show and the last week of the Sun in Aries.
Is there life on Mars? Okay, that was bad. Do not do falsetto, Oberon.
All right. Let's see what I've got for Marita.
Aww.
Nice.
Marita, you have the sun.
Let the sun shine in, Marita.
Let the sun shine.
Such a beautiful card. It almost ensures, if not, success, if not happiness, good health. Everything just seems happy next week, so I don't know what that will mean for you. Will something come through for you job-wise? If you have some applications out there, maybe you might get called for an interview, but I don't want to get your hopes up on that per se. Just know that the vibrations for you next week are very light, very happy, and things that you might, maybe see, or, it might even be, Marita, that anything that comes your way, like a job, what do you call it? a job posting of some sort that that looks interesting and you want to apply for it and you apply for it, it's possible it could turn out successful in the long haul.
I like this for you very much. I think it's a good sign that something is going to happen. There's a sense of illumination, like the sun just brightens up anything and helps you see things better. It's always a really good card to have in a general way. It could talk about a happy life with children, if that's important, or resonates to you. So it could talk about marriages, it could talk about raising children, but it really just means, I think, good luck in finding out things. It sort of is an invitation to success in a way. It almost sounds too general, like it doesn't specifically talk about, education or health or anything like that. So I'm just hoping that, of course, it does mean something really good happens for you. And hey, Mysterious Queen.
Yeah, it looks really nice. Good luck with that. Yeah, we added you. We're getting close to our closing time. I think we should. This is just happy hour, but we decided to add you. We will close the list. So we're only doing a single card positive message today.
You're welcome,
we're late
Marina.
today because Mr. O worked. So let me get this out there. I thought I did, but I did not. There we go. And so that is your shuffle now for Paisley.
Hi, Paisley. And this has been a wonderful afternoon with you, our little hour of happiness. So we thank everybody for coming, adding a little bit of fun to our chat room. Your offers of prayer and health and wisdom are also appreciated.
Yep, we're on you already, Paisley. We're doing yours right now. That was from Marita. I hope you get a similarly good card here. Oh.
Oh, you jinxed it, Banshee. You
already had it cut. It wasn't on me.
You jinxed it. It's the Five of Pentacles.
You know what?
Spin it, sister.
Well, look it. There's light by that door. All you have to do is open it this week, Paisley. All you have to do is open it and feel again a sense of community with others if you've been feeling kind of alone and isolated lately. Or, if you have been having some down on your own luck issues, whatever they may be, this is a time to let the light in. Let the light in. There's so many things right now going on in the U.S. and the world that can bring people down, and there's always light, there's always hope, and I think that this card is just saying this week, focus on light and focus on hope.
Well, the 5 cards are always, in their own way, a little bit about an energy happening. It could be moving some way, or it could be sort of hanging with you. This one sort of has that feel like it's saying you need to really understand inside that almost all good things come from yourself. And so if you need to figure out how to find them, that key to opening that door could be within you. And so happiness to some degree is a state of mind. The same with loneliness or other things too, that sometimes we have to find it within ourselves to figure out where it is we want to be.
Right. And this card is also a positive in saying, you are never alone. And in times of struggle, always look for those supporters, those people out there who have your back.
The helpers.
The helpers, the people who care. We're out there. So open that door this week and let some light in. And I would suggest that anyway. It's so beautiful out here today. I want to open it.
Yeah, we did pretty well here.
Of course, we'd be totally washed out camera-wise, but I would love to open my shutters because the sun is so bright right now and nice. Let that sunlight in, and I'll tell you what, it is a mood changer. It really is.
Come on, babe, let's do it one more time. Let the sun shine. Let
I can't sing that one well. Shine in. The sun shine in. I can't sing that one well. Or you just were at the wrong note for me there. I'm sorry. I'm not saying you were wrong, but I could not.
And with that, we can only move on to Russ.
The sunshine. Let the sunshine in. Or what about good day, sunshine?
Do, do, do.
Good day, sunshine.
Good day, sunshine.
I like that one.
I do too, but I don't remember all the words.
I don't either. Did I not post a list?
It's no, you didn't, but we will.
Russ is up. I am pulling a card for you, Russ.
And that is spatial.
All right, shuffle a few more times.
Well, I think we scared everybody away after that last outburst of song.
Oh dear.
Nobody has been able to say a word. All right, this one's for Russ.
Oh, it's a repeat card. Who had this card?
Our first one, I think. It was
That's
Lena.
It was Lena. It's
The
the
tower.
tower, Russ. The tower is upright. All right.
Abandoned ship. Abandoned ship. Okay, maybe not.
Well, look. The lesson of the tower upright is that should the bottom drop out in any area of your life this week, you can pick up those pieces and move on. I'm not going to say totally unscathed, but I will say a lot wiser, a lot smarter, and you won't make the same mistake twice because of that. And I think that's important here. I think that's the happy message. So if something has already gone wrong for you, know that you can move on and it will not affect you. I mean, in the long haul. It's just one of those things in life. We might have made a mistake. We might have missed an opportunity. We might not have built something on solid foundations, and it comes crumbling down. Or unforeseen circumstances, because when you think about it, there's two aspects of the tower here. Sometimes it's that we realize something is wrong, or we should have, and we've been ignoring it. Or something strikes from out of the blue that we didn't anticipate and prepare for. And that's the learning lesson.
Well, the Tower card is the analog for the biblical Tower of Babel. In a way, it's sort of saying, like, there's a sense of if you've gone too far, if you've had too much of your ego soup spill over, then maybe, you got to take the time to wipe it up, to fix it, to
clean up on aisle 4.
What?
The cleanup on aisle 4.
Yes, clean up on aisle 4. So really, this is saying an opportunity happens for you to realize that something that may have fallen apart can be put back together again, but you have to understand that it has to be a little different this time. It can't be exactly the same. So in a way, it's a process of reformation that maybe gives you the opportunity to advance what you knew about it or what you felt about it. But you have to take the time to make sure you're learning that.
And there's growth here. After, a lot of different disasters, especially, when you look at forest fires and stuff like that, regrowth occurs. Growth occurs. Yeah. And so the forest comes back to life. And so I think your forest will, come back to life and survive this. Right. And, that sounds kind of dire, but these could be even, small things that just mean a lot to you that you realize now you either got to start over again or you've got to, maybe take a different direction. So good luck with that. All
right, Russ.
I've had my share of tower moments. And we've had them twice today. So I don't know. I'm, kind of, this next week could be an interesting week. Mars is entering, it's your shuffle. Yeah, I pulled that one. Mars is entering Leo. So I don't know if that's very...
Well, there's been a bit of
thing.
shifting with things going in and out of retrograde. Different things going on, the full moon. So astrologically, it's been a little more potent in the last week or so. Oh, we're sorry, Naya.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We don't have the sign. Yeah, we've closed our list. Sorry. Well, this is just happy hour anyway today, so we're just doing the single
Naya's
card
been here
message.
before.
Yeah.
No, we actually took our last one for the day, so maybe we can see you another time.
Tomorrow, we'll be here tomorrow at our usual live show, 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
And I put that on the screen there. All right, so we're closing with our reading for Mysterious Queen. And it's the Eight of Cups.
Wow. Hey, Mysterious Queen. Taking a journey, taking a trip, thinking of travel. A lot of these things could be associated with this card. But what's really associated with this card is leaving some aspect of your life behind. Whether it's, part of you that no longer serves you well, or if it's a part of your life that no longer serves you well. Maybe you're moving from a place you just don't feel, meets your needs anymore. Maybe it's a job. Maybe it's a relationship. It's as if, you have in a way growing pains, spiritual growing pains. You want to move, you want to elevate your life in some way. And this is the week to start that journey.
Right. In this week, it seems like the opportunity comes for you to move along with something. Maybe it's an opportunity to sort of take what was the best of where you had been going, and now you're moving somewhere else. It feels like, something you've been waiting for maybe is beginning to manifest, or you feel you need to prepare or move towards that in some way. And so, like I said, though, there are still certain things that you can take with you that are helpful. Maybe they're things that are more from the emotional part of you, but it basically feels like you've turned the corner, or you will be turning the corner on something and moving towards what you've actually been wanting to move towards for all this time.
Wow,
Right.
that's what we have for you. It sounds pretty good.
No, Naya,
good
we
luck
already
with that.
mentioned that our list was closed.
Yep. It's at the top of our screen there, Naya.
We've been on for the last hour, so we're basically done.
So happy hour's done, except we do a single card for ourselves.
Right.
And then we do a namaste blessing for everyone.
You're welcome,
Hey,
Mysterious.
you're very welcome, Mysterious. Yeah, I'm sorry, Naya. We were on later than usual today. I'm going to pull a card for Mr. O. Well, you little thinker, you. You got the Queen of Swords. We're getting some repeat cards today. Hey, put on that thinking cap and devise a way we can do karaoke.
Mysterious Queen says it's true that they're walking away. I know,
awesome.
some of the things you've talked about maybe have indicated that, so that's interesting.
Very good, Mysterious Queen. I'm glad that resonated with you. That card is a very positive one for moving away. It means you're moving on now to open the door for better opportunities in your life.
Exactly.
To come
It's definitely
in.
a good card when it came up.
So Mr. O is thinking. He's got his thinking cap on. He's coming up with all sorts of great ideas, maybe making some good sound decisions for himself. And, maybe even as far as his health matters are concerned. Whatever the case may be, this is like you at the top of your mental game. You will be sharp as a tack up there.
Very
No
nice.
forgetting what day of the week it is, or whatever else we old people do.
If it's Friday, do we get tacos?
Oh, God.
You're welcome, Mysterious Queen.
Anyway, that's what I have for you, Mr. O. What do you have for me?
All right, let's find out.
And I'll get the Namaste blessing shuffled.
We like when people hang around Marita, so that's fine. Just that's going to be a little silly as we close down.
All right.
All right, the final card pull for the day. Ooh.
Nice. Oh, that's for me?
That's for you, Banshee. It's
I
the
am
star.
the star
You are
on
the
my
star.
birthday week. I am the star.
All right. Well, maybe this star will burn out. Thank you, Marita.
Supernova. Supernova.
What was that song by Oasis? Champagne supernova in the sky.
Oh, no. I think that's something. I'm very optimistic. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling healthy overall.
So the star, I know, isn't it great? The star means you've hitched up your cord that connects you to the universe. You know, it looks like a kite, like you're pulling down that light and energy, or you're moving yourself into that star. You're going to move with the star and just phase through the universe. It's so cosmic.
I'm going to pull my dreams down into reality. That's what I'm going to do.
You go, girl.
All right. Well, Mr. O, speaking of going, how about you go and
Pull the Namaste blessing
from my hand here.
Alrighty, from your warm little hands.
Ooh, we've had that one.
Yes.
It's pretty.
Like I'm always
it.
pulling the same ones.
No, well, it's a smaller deck. It's not the largest deck in the world, but it's such a sweet deck. And it's, hey, and hasn't, well, except for Mercury retrograde, it has been a blessed Aries season. And that's what this card is. A blessed season. Each season of our lives is a gathering of precious moments. Each one has its purpose, unique beauty, challenges, and blessings. Everything is always unfolding in accordance with the divine will of your soul. All is a blessing and forever blessed. Well, you know, it really, it does speak about moments. And, you know, it's like I celebrate my birthday for the entire Aries season. That's crazy, maybe. Maybe not. Celebrate your moments. Celebrate, you know, your day. Every day when you wake up, celebrate opening your eyes. You know, to be alive, to be living in this reality is precious. And, you know, enjoy it while it lasts. Absolutely. So, namaste, everybody. I hope you have a great week ahead. And I hope things go smoothly until we meet again at another happy hour. And stay happy. Bye-bye for now.